Hi, everybody, and welcome back. On today's episode, we will be discussing Dear Debbie by Freida McFadden, and on our next episode, we will be discussing my individual pick for the season, Ye Summer Storms by Sarah McLean. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at bookedandbusypod_ for updates and additional announcements. First, I want to say welcome to season 3, and I also want to start our discussion off today by asking you this question, Tanitra. Okay.
Yes.
So, do you believe that when people are done wrong, should you let karma or God just do its work, or should people get direct revenge?
I think it depends. I think sometimes you can help karma. Like if you in a position or
Karma
if you
takes
find
long.
I find that if you find yourself in a position to help karma out, there's a reason you was put in that position and you should take advantage of it. But no, seriously, for the most part I'm like, just let karma do her thing. She's gonna handle it. But a lot of the times you are in a position where you can give karma a hand, and I don't look past that either. I'm not above that.
I mean, as I've gotten older, I am just like, you know what? Let God punish them. Like,
Yeah.
let God have his way with them. However, like, in my younger years, I am directly like, no, I want to hurt people how they hurt me. But I've learned through experience, it's just not worth it because that feeling, that anger, it still does not go away. And I know in the book, that message is in there. Like, we have to go to the root of the problem to kind of get some resolution.
Burn
but no,
people's house down.
Yeah, like, no, yeah, like, you gotta, no, like, it's not gonna help nothing. That shit makes things worse. So, yeah,
God.
I definitely agree. Just like, you know what, it don't matter. Like, even if it takes a very long time, like, you're gonna get that karma. I know, like, I've had direct karma happen to me. I'll give you an example. So I remember when I was in college, it was my junior year, and it was homecoming. So I was running low on some funds. So I was trying to get a shirt for homecoming. Trying to get a school shirt for homecoming. So, I stole a shirt out of Walmart. Okay. So, but what ended up happening later on that night, I ended up getting drunk as shit. And I ended up leaving at this time I wasn't wearing contacts. So I left my glasses at my homegirl house. And so I couldn't drive my car back home. So, no, I left it at somebody's random house when we were doing some hopping around or something. I don't know. We went from some person's house to another person's house. But I ended up leaving my glasses at this person's house on some drunk shit. Drunk and high shit. Excuse me. This was like 10 years ago, y'all. So, okay. Statute of limitations on this. I can't go to jail. Anyway, so come that morning, I had to take an Uber back to, like, my car because I ended up getting dropped off at home because I didn't have my glasses. So what happens is the Uber ride that I had to get, it ended up being the same cost of that shirt that I stole.
Wow.
Yes.
That's how to do. You know what though? We're Saturn ruled. We can't play with stuff like that. Like we're Aquarius and I'm a Capricorn. Like Aquarius is ruled by Uranus too, like co-ruled, but we're Saturn ruled people. We can't play with karma like that because like on both ends, people can't play with us like that either because karma don't play on our behalf. Yeah. But we also can't play with the universe like that because it's gonna show us
it always happens. It always happens to me. Like that's why I always try to treat everyone with respect. I always try to do right by people. Like I don't
the way that I would want to be treated.
Yeah, and more importantly, like I don't want to be stealing and dealing and doing all this other shit. I just don't like if it ain't right, it just ain't right. But that right there, it was like a direct. I ain't doing that shit.
Right? Like immediately, like
knowing damn well, like I could have just put it on my student credit card or some shit. Or something. It was only like $20-something. It was like $22 the shirt or something. I was
It'd be like that.
Like, why would you do that? Like, so I know now.
And we all have those. Why did you do that moment? It's like, why?
And I could have easily went to jail. And I could have went to jail because I checked out at self-checkout and didn't like scan it. It was that type of steal. Like
that is crazy.
And I could have easily went to jail because that Walmart was known for taking people to jail. So I'm.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I could have. That could have ended really bad for me. But I thank God that I was semi-protected in that moment.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Like
that is a
that's
nice
something
segue.
You can't get off your record. Like.
Oh yeah.
But yes.
That's hilarious.
I know. Such a crazy story. But yeah, I believe that like I believe heavily in karma. I know some people don't believe in it like that, but nah,
Yeah.
And it comes at such unexpected times.
Yeah.
Like it can come back years later in another type of way. So, I want to give a summary of Dear Debbie.
Yes. So, in Dear Debbie by Freida McFadden, we meet Debbie and Cooper. They are in a relationship. They have 2 daughters. Debbie is a stay-at-home mom, and she writes the Dear Debbie column for a household newspaper. But she went to MIT briefly before dropping out. She's very smart, but she plays the part of dull housewife very brilliantly, and she exacts revenge on people in unwitting ways, and that is what we explore in this book. And also her issues with her kids and her husband, which come to the fore and which we'll talk about a little later. But it was a very good read, and I am excited to dive into it.
Yes. And also, this book is going to be turned into a TV adaptation.
Yes.
And it was announced before the book was even released. So I was like, I know this shit finna be jumping. This shit gotta be good. So.
And it's like, ever since you told me that, I was like, I can so see it. And then after reading it, it was like, at first it was like, I don't know how they're going to do that with this ending. But I'm like, no, I definitely can see that. Like, just keep it going with her, like, carrying out. Absolutely. Just keeping it going. So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, it definitely gave you vibes because, you know, it was a book.
It did.
Yeah, it was a book at first. So I can see them. I didn't even watch the last season, but I watched the first, 3 seasons, I believe. And yes, I can see how you can keep adding on to this for this to go on for seasons, like easily. So, but yes, let's start with question 1. It says, why do you think the novel opens with a Dear Debbie draft in chapter 1? What do these drafts add to the story?
Man, those drafts were so good. Like, that was such a good addition, but I think it was smart, right? It's giving what is that? What's the one with the hotel and they're like Bates Motel, and it's like they start off normal and then it slowly gets creepier and creepier, but it's like I think it was a good, because at first it's like a perfectly harmless kind of entry where it's just like a lady's asking for advice, and then throughout the book you see her advice getting crazier and crazier, but it's still a draft, it's not published, but it lets you know like where her mind is going. Like, oh honey, this is what I do if I were you. So I thought it was perfect, given like that creepy overall like peep into the book before we actually get there.
Yeah, because I didn't know how the book, I mean, I read the back of the book, of course, first before reading. So when I started reading, when I first was introduced to the draft, I'm just like, oh, she crazy. Or I got fucked up. Either one.
And I was like, no. And I love how it's like that 50s housewife type of la da da theme. But then it's like, whoa, like this gets interesting.
Question: How did you picture her?
Blonde, like housewife with like that apron, especially when she was getting ready for that garden party and all this stuff. I just see her as like perfectly coiffed hair, like the dress, having an apron, baking cookies, like a Stepford housewife.
Yes. For some reason, I don't know why everyone named Debbie to me, who is a white woman, they have red hair and they have like this big.
It does give red hair.
It gave housewife with this big kind of like. It gave like 80s housewife with this big hair that be like teased, that be red.
Yes,
like, that's what it gave.
I could see red hair though. That'd be a good look.
Yeah,
but like to me, she gave like blonde.
Yeah, did they describe her? Because I just don't remember getting a full visual.
They just said she was good looking. I don't remember them like really describing her looks. They just always said good looking and stuff.
Yeah, that's the visual. So I can't really picture how they're going to cast. I guess whenever they decide to start filming and reveal the cast and whatnot, you know how they put it out on, what is it? Deadline on the stuff when they be releasing cast.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be like, okay, well, I guess I'll picture this as the lady who's gonna be.
I could see like Jessica Chastain.
Okay.
Like that's kind of like the vibe that I'd get.
I think
like when I think crazy white woman or like.
You know what I'm thinking?
Who?
You know the country singer Reba.
Not Reba. You know what though? See, Reba's a little too old though.
She's too country to be playing somebody just
That
regular
too, but
old.
I think she too old for this role. Like she is, it
Yeah.
gives like late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah, it gives like 38, about to be
Yeah,
in your 40s type of
yeah,
ordeal. Yeah, it does give that. Like you was probably just born in like 80 something.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it gives to me. Okay, next question. It says, do you think Debbie is a good mother, a good wife? Why did she do what she did?
Hell yeah,
Yes,
Debbie is a good mother
yes,
and a good wife.
yes.
Debbie
She's
did what needed
excellent.
to be done. And she
Yes.
played dumb very well. Like I loved that throughout this book. I love when people underestimate people. They're my favorite kind of stories. Like, please underestimate me. Please don't think that I am up to anything.
Right.
Like,
Question. When it first, like when the book first started, at the beginning, because it was like a real slow start. Do you
yes.
believe, did you believe that she cut them wires in that dude's house? Because I'm just thinking, like, you just bullshitting. Like,
I
what?
did not.
I
I
didn't
did
either.
I did immediately think she poisoned those ladies.
Yeah.
Immediately. Like when she
Yeah.
told her when she made them sandwiches and she was like
And she purposely put
she made
avocados in
yes,
them.
I
Yeah.
immediately knew she did. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I
Yeah.
was like, okay, she definitely cut them wires.
Yeah, when things started like unraveling, I was like, yeah, she did that. But it's so crazy because this happened like in a span of like less than a week, like all this stuff. I'm
Yes.
just like, now you just having some extreme bad luck. I'm just like, God damn,
Right.
everybody got you fucked up.
It's like everybody just chose the wrong time.
Yeah, so yeah, but I think she is definitely a good mother and a good
Oh
wife, because
yeah.
especially even with her kids, it's just like I'm
Yes.
trying to. Now them kids was getting on my goddamn nerves.
Especially that oldest daughter. She need to get popped in her mouth a couple
Yeah.
times.
So yeah, I don't know what it is with teenagers and whatnot, but it's just like, bro, your mama is trying to help. Like she's
Yeah.
trying to help you out. Maybe I probably was like that probably earlier. No, because our parents are black, so I don't
Right. It's like, first of all, who you talking
know.
to?
Talking about some no talking in the morning. Who are you
Girl,
talking to?
I like having teeth.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like no, like no, like chill out,
Oh
bro.
my god, that was crazy. Yeah, that was a crazy introduction to them kids.
Yes, 'cause I thought it was something gonna be like she was gonna end up doing something to her kids and her husband, because
Mm,
they started talking about the thing with they not eating breakfast and stuff like
yeah,
that. Like I'm thinking it was gonna end up being
me
like
too. I was definitely thinking it's gonna be like unappreciated housewife type thing where she's trying to get revenge on them, like in some way, not kill them, but like something. But
that. Hmm.
this was much better than what I thought it was.
Yeah, but I think she is a good mother. How she came to their rescue
Oh yeah,
essentially, even with the husband, like even come to his defense, like you deserve to, like yeah, you need to be partner. You
yeah,
should talk to your boss. And she handled that, and in her way, which
she
was,
did.
and I didn't even think it was extreme neither,
I
especially
didn't
like
either.
from
She
the
could have
twist
did
and
more.
turn like that happened later on. And that
Yeah.
whole, I know we're probably gonna get to it, but that whole little flip that they ended up doing, I was like,
Hmm. That I did
oh,
not see
what?
that coming at all. Like I was like, I promise I didn't see that coming. I was mad at Cooper throughout this whole book because I'm just like,
Yes, I
how
thought he was
dare
cheating.
you?
I was good. I was so aggravated. I was like, he's cheating.
Like, how dare
That
you? And she
bastard.
said, "Hey, Jesse." I was like, oh, Frida did it again. She did it
Yes,
again.
yes. It flowed, because sometimes some
It was
little,
so good. Like
yeah,
it didn't feel forced at all. It was just like, oh no, this makes sense, and you start replaying the whole thing in your head. Like she
mhm,
has a way of writing that like I have never seen this with any other author, where you gonna replay everything that you just
yeah,
read back
yeah.
in
It's
your
like
own
it's
mind.
all plugged in
Yeah,
how
like
it's
it was
supposed to.
perfect.
Has there ever been a time when you felt fed up with those around you and wanted petty revenge? What is the pettiest thing you have done out of frustration? I know what I've
Hmm.
done, so I just wait on you to say yours. Yours might not be as harsh.
Um, I can't think of anything like not recently. Like I don't know. I'm a very passive aggressive person, so like I like at first, and then like if you push me there, I'll go there. But for the most part, like I'm gonna give you silent treatment. I'm gonna leave notes. Like
Hmm.
I don't do a whole bunch of like back and forth or like trying to like get back, because for the most part I do believe in, okay, I'm gonna let the universe take care of this while you just leave me alone for a minute. So I don't have a whole bunch of like petty stories. Like for the most part, I'm gonna ignore you, and I'm gonna just let whatever happens to you happen to you.
I will say, like, this is my experience of it don't help if you get revenge. Like, I mean, some people know about this. I ain't gonna speak
Yeah.
on it too much. I'll just say it. I was cheated on and I cheated back. So
Boom.
that's just what I did. And it
I don't see
doesn't,
nothing wrong with that. I might
and
be
it
a bad
doesn't,
person, but I don't see nothing wrong with that.
but now, like, because this happened like earlier in my early 20s, but now as I'm like older now, I'm just kind of like, it ain't worth it. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna just
Break
leave you
up
in the
probably.
dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just leave you in the
I feel
dust.
like that's the beginning of the breakup sometimes though. Like on the way
Yeah,
on my way out, like I would.
yeah.
And
And when I go back try to think about it, I'm just like, I should have just left, just whatever, and just left it alone. But I was like so mad. There was other factors and things of why I like just stuck around. But if I knew I was gonna be still holding some like resentment or whatever, I should have just left from the jump or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
But
How long did y'all
yeah,
stay together afterwards?
a very long time. I hope nobody is like this dangerous is gonna listen to this, but hey, it's a learning experience.
Hey.
And it got brought back up because he ended up finding out. So it was like it got brought back
Okay.
up in so many arguments later.
Oh, that's
And
annoying. I hate that.
shit, and like niggas don't really like
They not gonna get over that.
they not gonna it's not a thing to get over. Mind you, I
Yeah.
never kept bringing back up the instance when he
Of
cheated
course
on me
not.
first, but he kept bringing that shit back
Men
up.
are not gonna
But
get
now
over it.
I know just leave later. Don't even do that shit. Like don't.
Cause I remember niggas try to tell me something is different when a man cheats and a woman cheats because
Ow.
and I was just like, okay, you can sit there and think that if you want to, try me. Try me. But it's like a woman has to actually accept and blah blah blah. I'm like, STDs are passed the same way. So one, that taught me I was messing with an idiot. And two, it was just like, nah, I wouldn't be able to deal with nothing like that.
Yeah, just But yeah, but petty revenge, like it didn't make me feel no. I was still
Yeah.
pissed off from before, so it's just like it didn't make me feel no type of way, and and it was way worse, like type of situation too for when he found out, and it was just like it's just like it
Wasn't
ain't
worth
worth
it.
it. It's
Yeah.
not worth it. So now I just have this thing of just you know what, just let God handle foes, and if they just wrong you, just stop talking to them. That's
Yeah,
like the
cut
best
them out
thing
your
you
life.
could do.
That's literal. It literally
Yeah.
is like it's not. I think that people find that petty a lot of the times. Like, cause I go cold, like cold turkey. You won't hear nothing
Yeah.
else from me for a
It's no
long
time.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that'll hurt people like the most. And you let whatever happens to them happen to them.
Yeah. So that's what I just advise for people. Like, nah, don't be getting no revenge, bro. Like, it seemed like a good idea at first, but it's really it is, and it's honestly like I don't know. Some things deserve. I don't know. I'm so iffy
Yeah,
about the revenge and just letting God handle it type of thing because I just feel like it's different circumstances.
I agree.
Like if you kill somebody I love, I am going to find some kind of way in
Oh,
some way
something.
possible to hurt
Or I'm gonna
you.
hurt somebody close to you. Something's
Like
gonna happen to
for
you.
instance, Debbie and her kids. Like you fuck with my kids, like that's a problem. You know I'm
Oh,
planning on having none, but that's a whole different ball game.
100%.
Yeah. So even like how me, I know your boyfriend is probably like this with you. Like anybody fuck with you, like he is going to be
Oh, he's showing up crazy. Yeah.
yes. And even like my ex, to say what I was talking about, I remember we was in the club. He got into a whole like brawl with security and whatnot because somebody had touched my hair. Like, and it was like
Mhm.
a whole big thing. It was like he turned into like oh, I'm home.
I
Like,
know that's right. That's how
normally
you
how
felt
it
to
is
show out.
when it yes, it's a reason to act crazy. Like it's a
Yeah.
reason to for certain things. When it comes to like your significant other and your shit, depending on which friend I have and what level of friendship
Oh,
with you
absolutely.
I am turning the
I
fuck
act up
up.
over my friends before my man, probably. Like, I don't play that. Because
Yeah.
it's like, I feel very particular about my chosen family. Like, my friend group, like, you have your family you was born with, and then you have your chosen family. Like, don't play
Right.
with my family at all. Like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
going there.
Especially like when you even in this book. Debbie wasn't doing nothing to nobody directly. All this shit was going
No,
on to her. So, and I just had this conversation with my line sister. Like, it's very hurtful when people do things to you and you ain't never did nothing to them,
I
or
agree.
you've always been genuine with them, or even like with the dude, she telling him to like turn his music down. Like, I asked you nicely. Now you done made me like. Now you're
Yeah,
like, even with
kind
the
of forced
lady.
your hand. Yeah,
Yeah, even with the lady with the damn garden, y'all ain't did shit to you.
yeah.
And for
And the
you to do
ladies with the
that,
book club, like it was just like people who were steady looking for reasons to like pick at her. Like she wasn't doing anything. She was just caught up in the crossfire, and she did what she had to do.
yeah, that's what made me think like, okay, maybe your revenge is more than is what's the word I'm looking for? Suitable, I guess. Because
Yeah,
I was doing her fucked up, and I
they
just
were.
thought like this lady is very nice. She cares about her husband and her daughters, and I was just like, ain't nobody did nothing to you, people in
Yeah,
this community. Ain't nobody did nothing to you.
for
So
real. Like
I
all
feel a
of
little bad
them, I feel like everybody. She was just like she just like even Harley, because like
about
before
her.
Harley didn't know it was her husband. Like you sit up in this lady's face and like calling her all thinking she's all types of dumb and everything. Like I didn't feel one bit bad for Harley. I was
But and
like,
then you
finally.
always been messing with, and I'm glad we talking about Harley because
Hmm.
that's something that's going. This is what I heavily believe in. You messing with people husbands, that's going. You getting some karma.
Oh, something's
You're
happening. I don't know why people think like something like I just I'm never gonna touch nothing like that. Not to sound like
never.
holier than thou or anything, but that's just something that I wouldn't even feel right. But you to feel comfortable and then you feel like you relishing in it, like you lording it over this lady and everything. Oh, I don't feel one bit bad for whatever happens to you.
Yeah, you messing with anybody's husband. Just know in your head, and just know in the back of your mind that something bad is coming to you. I have read
Yep.
several news stories of somebody having a damn affair or some shit, and they got blown up in a car or some shit like that. It's like
It's always something
it's
ridiculous like
something
that
like
though.
that. It's
Yeah.
something drastic, something horrible is going to happen to you if you fucking with somebody's husband, even if you fucking with somebody's wife. Like that
Yep.
shit ain't cool. Like, okay, like you doing that shit probably in a regular relationship. But you messing with a covenant,
Yeah.
somebody took vows, and you messing with someone's union, you're getting some
And
karma.
you know it and you don't care. Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah, and you don't care, you're definitely gonna you're getting some bad karma coming to your
Yep.
way. I'll give you an example.
Mhm.
So my granddaddy, this is my mom's dad.
Mhm.
So he wasn't right growing up. Like he didn't do his my grandma right. They got
Mhm.
divorced many, many, many years ago or whatever. They got divorced when my mom was probably like her first year of college or something like that. Like they got divorced like a very long time ago. But he ain't never been right. He ain't never did right. So it's a lady that when I was growing up, I just always knew her as my granddaddy girlfriend. But
Mhm.
my mama told me a long time ago that he was messing with her while he was like, still married to my
Mhm.
mom's mom or whatever. So as I'm growing up, I'm just thinking, oh, this is just Papa girlfriend. Like I always thought of her as just that. That's what I always
Mhm.
thought of her as. I never knew that she was a lady, one of the ladies that he was messing with while he was
Right.
still married to my grandma. Anyway, fast forward, I believe so this lady never had no kids with my papa, like never was married to my papa, and I just think that was like it wasn't like a direct hit of karma, but I feel like it was a
Definitely.
karma. It's
Yeah,
karma in a
because you
sense. It's
never
like
got
an
that
overtime.
institution.
Yeah, it's like a karma in a sense. Like he ain't never married you, and he ain't never
Yep.
had no kids with you, and so now you old and miserable.
It's like you never got the institution. No, I agree.
Yeah, so it may not like be a direct hit of karma, but that was just a gradual thing of just karma.
Yeah,
So ain't nothing right gonna happen with you messing with somebody's husband ever.
I agree. Don't feel bad for you.
So with Harley, they talk about in the questions in the reading group guide, did we feel bad about what happened to her at the end? And I just said how people get blown up in cars and shit.
Absolutely
Yes.
not.
Yes, you died. That's what
Then
happens.
it's the audacity for me. It's just like, and people really be like that in real life. Like, I know it's just a book, but that's really how women be. Like, it's just like, I deserve him so much more than her. She's so stupid. Let me do all of this. And then you invite that lady over your house. And you sitting there in her face. Like, and I tell you, I was reading that chapter getting so frustrated when she's sitting here talking about, yeah, he's an accountant like Cooper. Like, trying to,
Yeah,
like,
right.
you're going to be the one to break the news. How dare you? Like, that whole
Little do
chapter
you know, you
leading up to
messing with
that
a
reveal, right?
right, and you're messing with a whole other married man.
Dummy. Like, yeah, your last moments on this earth, you felt like a dumbass, bro. Like, was it worth it?
And then and then another thing is too, she obviously had figured out that Debbie was not to be played with. Like she was crazy when she had poisoned them
Why would
with
you
that
mess with that lady? You
avocado.
just witnessed her poison all these people.
So why would you do that? What sense does that make? If you know she's obviously don't have no regrets or no remorse about
Ooh,
poisoning nobody, and she obviously did it, why the fuck would you even be still thinking,
man.
messing with somebody's husband? That's just weird.
That was some dope writing, bro. Like that, there was no way. There was no way for you to be led on at all to the fact that Cooper was not Cooper. Like the Cooper that Harley was talking about was not the Cooper that she was talking about. Like that was some
Right.
dope writing.
And I want to like kind of gauge into going into actually who Harley was actually messing with, that she was messing
Jesse.
with Hutch. Yeah, I like how they. Now I like that what she
Yes.
did with that because she did that with Never Lie before. You remember when she kind of like
Oh
played the game
yeah.
up?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I love that she did that. Like the Jesse Hutchinsons, it ended up
Yeah.
being Hutch. Like
And it's like because
oh
you never connect those dots until all of it comes to a head. Like
yes,
that
and it
was
ended up
crazy.
being her husband's coworker. Like it's just
Yes,
like
and
what
also her
is the
rapist from MIT.
yes. So, and that's the origin story of like why she is to why she is. Like she was raped, and
Yes.
I'm glad that she kind of went back and dove into retract that to why she is,
Yeah.
because this happens. I mean, we understand why that. We understand why that
Yeah.
how that happened and how all that.
Deserved.
Yeah. So he got what he deserved in the end too. Ended up going to jail. Like
1000%.
and that happens a
Dummy.
lot. And that happens a lot with people who go to jail. Like
Hmm.
OJ Simpson. He ain't go to jail for killing no white folks. He didn't go to
No.
jail for that. But
He
he
ended
ended up
up
going to
going for
jail
something crazy,
later.
like some other vehicular homicide or something, right?
Yeah, you gonna end up going to jail
You're gonna pay on the
later.
front end or the back end, like Funky Diney was saying. But you gonna pay.
Yes, you're gonna get what's coming to you. And then obviously his life wasn't the same after that shit. Like everybody
Yeah, because
most
it
of the
went to
world think
hell.
he did that shit.
Yep.
But half the black folks, we thinking you got off because you killed some white women, like you killed a white woman,
Yep.
like oh well, like
And with the people was already sore about that Rodney King stuff. Like it was a very touchy time. He picked the right time to go on a murdering spree because black people just wanted to win at that time. It's messed up, but it's true. And it's
yeah,
like, but nah, you gonna pay for that, son. Like that was
yeah,
fucked up. In
like that.
hindsight, like that was
Yeah.
messed up, and he should have went to prison.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. He ended up going to jail later, and like I
Yep,
said, his life wasn't the same after that.
at all.
Wasn't nobody trying to fool with him. They scared. Shit.
That Cuba Gooding Jr. that series on Netflix where they had
Uh-huh.
Cuba playing him, they made him look so stupid, and I love it. It was just like, but I feel like he was portraying him the way he was. I don't know. I wasn't around. We weren't like born when he was hot. But I
Yeah.
was just like, they made it. They really showed how dumb he is and how like just clueless he was. It just made me feel so like, oh, and they let him get away. I guess like
I
they just
mean,
needed a win. I
I feel
mean,
in that series that they had and whatnot. I don't. Of
mhm.
course, we're not gonna see the exact of how
Yeah,
everything played out, but I feel like if okay, this is my lawyer hat
yeah.
talking. If you are a defense attorney, you
Hmm.
know that they did it. So
Hmm.
now you got to figure out how to lie and how to make it seem like he didn't do this shit.
Right.
They knew he did that shit.
They did. It was theater. It
Yes, you do that shit. You
was
gotta lie. What Medea say, lie, oh yeah, you gotta lie.
for real. He had a team of them boys. Like he had some good lawyers.
Yes, that's why Robert Kardashian didn't want to fool with his ass. He knew he did that shit.
Please, not in Kimmy's bed.
Yes.
Don't kill yourself in Kimmy's bed.
Yeah, like they knew he did that shit, bruh. So
He
yeah,
did that.
yeah. So ain't no, it just pointed. Just the other side just wasn't strong enough. I don't know. Well, and then that jury too, they just didn't want to see that black
Yeah.
man go to jail. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That was probably a while. And then at the time too, even because that trial, my mama said that trial went on forever for a very long time. So you gotta think about it, like the jurors and stuff. You know, when you in jury selection or whatnot, you can't be looking at TV. You can't go outside. You know, you can't do all that other shit. So they probably ready to go home. And they just like, man, shit,
Yeah.
fuck it, this man innocent. Let's go home.
Yeah, true.
So okay,
I
a little
would.
off topic, but
Back to Dear Debbie, but
yes, back
they
to
all
your
flow
day.
together.
Yes. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Next question. It says Debbie and her daughters have complicated relationships. Why do you think that is? Did that change by the end of the novel?
Oh, it definitely did. Um, why? I think that's just any parent and like the parent of teenagers, especially with what they were dealing with though. Like I don't think it was out of the norm for her to have those type of like odd relationships, especially with teenage daughters. But I can't really put a finger on exactly why they were so bad, but I know that they changed and got better by the end of the book.
They were just regular like teenagers. Like
Yeah.
their teenagers' thought processes are weird because they don't be
Hmm.
understanding. Like you need to go in and say what the fuck is going
Yeah.
on so I can help you. Like you keeping stuff from me is making things worse. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to help you. So I get their stories kind of mixed up. I know they names and
Lexi and
whatnot,
Izzy.
but
Lexi
which
is
is
the
the
older
one?
one who had the boyfriend, and Izzy
Okay,
was the younger soccer player.
with the soccer player. Okay,
Hmm.
so one with the soccer player.
Hmm.
You've been playing soccer your whole life, and you just happen to get kicked off the team. You need to tell me what's going
You need
on.
to tell me that was something that was crazy. Like I feel like I don't know. Like I was like maybe that's a white thing because I feel like black people like we need an excuse to go home and tell our mama something. Like don't make me go tell my mama that you called me fat and put me off the team. But maybe I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But that just seemed odd to me that she wouldn't want to say something to her parents.
But I'm glad Debbie set him up, even though he probably wasn't
Yeah.
doing whatever it is. But I'm glad that she got direct revenge. And I'm glad that daughter in particular was like, well, I'm glad that he got
Right.
what happened to him.
Cause I don't know what you crying for. Lexi was pissing me off in that book, like talking about something. I didn't want this to happen, girl. He was gonna expose your news to everybody. What you mean you didn't want him to crash into that building?
I mean, it was. Did she cut? Debbie cut his brakes, right?
No,
Ain't that what happened?
no.
Wait,
He got drunk. Remember, he
I know he
got
got
real drunk
drunk.
because she threatened to expose him for
Uh,
being like a rapist and stuff in his past. Well, she did expose him, kind of. But she exposed all like him doing the same thing to a girl in his old hometown, and he ended
yeah.
up getting drunk and crashing into the side of the school.
Okay, so I remember how that like all played out, but I swear I thought like to add a little pizzazz that had she cut the brakes or something was in there about cutting the brake line, or was that
Oh, see, I
in
don't remember
the
that.
no the brake line thing? I'm sorry, I got that confused. The brake line thing got cut. It was in a draft on the Dear Debbie in
Oh
the
yes,
draft.
yeah,
She was talking
yeah.
about an
When she
incident.
told another girl to do
Okay,
it.
my bad. Yeah, when she told somebody else to do it, I'm thinking like she cut his brakes. My bad. I
Yeah,
forgot.
no.
But
What you crying for?
I ain't gonna lie, that is a bit traumatic. Like
I don't care.
I'm
Like you threatened to expose. Remember, think back to yourself though. Like your
okay.
high school age,
Yeah.
16, 17-year-old self that you done sent news to some boy you really like. I
I ain't
wasn't
never sent
sending no
my news.
news.
I
Oh
ain't never
God, I
sent
wasn't never
news.
that dumb. Oh, I was never
I
that
don't
dumb.
I
But
don't
like, let's
send
just
news
say,
now. Like I don't
you
do
was
that.
dumb and you was dumb when you was that age and you had such. But think about your news being blasted to everybody you know, like. And then he's threatening you like with sexual favors and stuff. Like, no, I want to. I don't care what happens to you.
Yeah, die. Just
Right?
die.
Like, don't that threaten to expose me.
Yeah,
But yeah,
she
like, no,
was.
I
She
ain't never
was
seen no
bugging.
nudes.
Because I
But
remember that did happen to a girl we went to high school with. Like her, and I had a first period with this girl too. And that
what,
girl
her
did
nudes
not.
got exposed?
Yeah, do you remember that girl? I can't remember her name, but
I'm trying to
they.
think now.
It was like a thing. She did not come back. She didn't come back to school. I think she ended up transferring.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I
it was
probably
bad.
if I saw her or something. Like, I don't know. I do
Yeah.
not recall.
Yeah, and it was bad. Her face was in and everything.
Cause that's messed up. Yeah, like, cause how you gonna come back from that? Like everybody gonna know. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
But as a teenager, that
Like,
would seem like the
we,
end of the
how
world.
many
As a
years we got
grown
of high
woman, like,
school? We got out of high school 12 years and I
right?
still remember that shit. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Like, that's gonna stay with you forever.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't even do that shit now. You just gonna have to see me in person.
Right?
Sorry.
Like, why would you be sending your news to anybody? Like, I don't even trust the internet or the cloud or whatever that much.
I'm gonna say a funny story. I'm gonna say his name off camera because you gonna know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
But it was this boy that we were texting. We weren't like, no, it was in my, what's that class that we took? Health with Mr. Graves. I don't know if you remember. I'll say that. I'll say his name. But it was that's who class I had him in. Anyway, this boy, he was texting me. Can't even get the damn story out because you over there smirking.
Okay, I feel like I know where this is going. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so this boy, okay, so you know on your phone notifications and whatnot. I've had my settings changed on this since then. Since then. So we talking and he kept trying to get me to send him something. Send him like a little nude or something like that. But I'm just like, no, fuck no, I'm not sending you that shit. Like I'm never doing that shit. Anyway, so this boy he kept trying to get me to send him whatever. And I'm just like, I'm not sending that shit, like, or whatever. So I guess he thought if it's like one of these things, if I do it, like, she'll do it. He sends me a picture of his thing. He sends me a picture and it pops up like on my home screen because I don't have like the settings on my messages to where it blocks out the thing. So I'm at home and I have my phone laying on the counter and I'm just like, I'm so glad I grabbed my phone when I did because my daddy was home and I think he was around my phone. I was like, oh my God, this man just sent me his thing. I was gonna be in so much trouble. Like, so I'm grown now, so I don't care about feelings. But I was like, why would you send me that? Like,
Boy,
and I don't even know how
not
to get on
be caring about sending unsolicited dick pics. Like, what is wrong with you? I never understood that. Like, why are you sending your dick?
And now I'm mad that I was even exposed to your stuff. Because especially if I know now what it's supposed to look like, what I need to be looking at. So that's why I'm kind of like, whoa. But yeah, I still like, and that's the thing about pictures. I still have that kind of like plastered in my head. I have a memory of that. Anybody you done messed around with or whatever, you remember what everybody's stuff looked like.
You absolutely do.
Especially if you ain't got that many bodies on you. Like, come on,
right?
Like, you remember all your experiences. So yeah, people need to be mindful of you just sending your shit willy nilly. Not me and my homegirls talking about you.
Yeah. How do you feel about yourself now? Like, was that a good idea?
Like, I'm just like, and then at that time, I wasn't even having sex or anything, so I didn't even know what that was. Like, what am I supposed to be? Anyway, all right, next question. It says, what did you think of the relationship between Cooper and Debbie? Did it seem like a happy one? Did your perspective change by the end of the novel?
You know what? It was always, I'm glad that this is brought up because it was kind of weird to me how Harley kept describing their relationship as like, he's not happy. He doesn't love his wife. And it just seemed so at odds with the way that Cooper talked about Debbie. Like, he was clearly hiding something, but it never seemed like he didn't love her or that he was like, he, you know what I'm saying? Or that to me, it did seem to me like he was tired of her. He was like over the relationship. It seemed like he was more worried about his job and stuff than anything.
Yeah.
But it always seemed odd. So I was happy to see it at the end. Okay, he wasn't cheating on her because it just felt weird to me. That, like the way Harley was describing him from the start did not sound the same as the Cooper that we had been introduced to.
Yeah, because it seemed like he had a lot of love and respect for her.
He definitely did. So and thought that he didn't deserve her. From the beginning, he was just like, I'm not good enough for her. That's how the vibe he gave.
Yeah. So I'm glad it was revealed that he was an alcoholic, and that's why mine had went missing in the thing. Things started making sense.
Yeah.
So I was so glad, like, okay.
I'm like, babe, you could have just said that. Like, it's still bad. Like, it's still something you got to work through, but, like, you could have just said that.
It was like, oh, you got to drink about it. I thought you was cheating.
Right.
I was definitely
thinking you cheating.
Yeah,
You
it's
just got
all
a little,
bad, but
you just got a little sippy sip problem.
no, I definitely would rather deal with the alcoholic thing than the cheating thing, because
Right?
the cheating thing is unfixable. Like I said,
Right.
with the, and I'm just thinking like, oh Lord, you cheating, she finna have to kill you. That's all I kept
Right?
thinking. Like, right, this
For
whole
real.
thing.
I was like, she would have to take you and Harley out. Like, I'm sad to see it, Cooper. You seem like a sweet man.
Right. Yeah. I like their relationship a whole lot
Me
towards
too.
the end. So I was like, oh, okay, couple goals. Not necessarily couple goals, but like y'all can be old and work through stuff.
Yeah. And like at
I'm
least y'all
glad.
love each other.
Yeah, and I like books that don't highlight people cheating and they working through things. I don't like reading shit like that.
Same. Because like I don't see that as realistic. One and two, I don't want to see that. That's not a happy ending to me.
Nah, nah, nah. So that's why I'm like, okay, y'all just. I'm glad it's this and something that y'all can work through, because I swear
Yeah.
I thought Cooper was a goner this whole
Yeah,
time.
I was like, as soon as he gets to Harley house, she finna take down him and Harley. It's over with.
Yeah,
But baby.
it definitely gave dun dun dun. So
Right?
do you think this is, because this ain't in the group discussion, but this is my question. Debbie was did her kills like when she took out his boss, when she took out Cooper's boss, and when she took out Harley. She did that shit with a little too much ease. So do you think this is her first kill, like shooting
I
somebody?
think it is. I think it is. I think that cause she played dumb. Like I feel like since she left college and met Cooper, I think she had been playing kind of dumb for a long time. So she had all this leftover brain energy. I don't think she had ever been pushed as far or pushed that far to where she actually wanted to kill somebody until now.
Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Let's see.
But
Okay.
if we did find out that this wasn't her first kill, like in the series or something, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, because it just seemed like she just did that like with a little too much ease. It just
It was
seemed like
planned
a
out
little
though. They were all very planned out. Like, and that's kind of like she had a very methodical mind.
And let's talk about how smart Debbie is, because you're going to
Yes.
MIT, you're very smart.
Oh
So,
yeah.
in her developing apps, even for her family, for her own personal use, and being able to wipe out evidence and do things, like she's very smart.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And that
I
just
like
made me
it.
hate Justin more. Like, you bastard, you wouldn't have sat up there and destroyed her future. Like, and everybody underestimated her. Like, I loved that.
Even with the thing when she got fired from the Dear Debbie column, like even putting
She
your
posted
bosses
that was
video,
fantastic.
I was like, that's funny. And then he could never get it off the thing. Like,
Right?
that's what you get. Ha, ha,
Like that
ha.
was dumb. Now that shocked me too. Like that was like my first initial shock into the story. Like when she went in there and got fired, I thought that the newspaper was shutting down the way they were describing it. Like to find it to be something that petty, and then it ends up being like the lady at the gym's husband who's like upset and gets her fired and stuff. That was crazy, and that was a nice little flip too.
Okay. Next question. It says, and I think we touched on this. It says Debbie got revenge on a lot of people. Did they deserve it? Who did or did not?
I think they all deserved it.
Yeah.
I
The
can't
only
think of one person who
that-
didn't.
like I'm glad that she didn't set that house on fire, because that boy didn't deserve to get the
Yeah.
house on fire when he's there. 'Cause I'm like,
She was-
"Yo, I ain't did shit."
I like that she took that to her and he was able to explain. Because boy, if you had not explained yourself, she was
a
going to
goner.
burn your house down.
Use collateral
He's
damage.
like,
my
we
boy.
don't play that. That's how they was in my college, though. I feel like our generation is different from the generation before us, though, in that sense. Especially, like, I don't know how it goes with, like, white people and stuff, but I did go to a PWI, and it's like, no matter how crazy they got, it was still, like, we're not doing that gang rape stuff, that frat rape stuff, because
Yeah,
it's
we
like,
don't do that.
people
That's
before us got away with that, and we see the effects of rape culture and all that. They did not play that. They did a lot of crazy stuff. They'd get drunk, and when we win football games, they throwing their TVs and stuff out the window. But they ain't doing that rape stuff.
And then they don't even know if that, back to when Debbie was in college, they don't know if that man was raping girls like that. So it's like, we can't punish everybody.
Everybody.
Unless you got direct revenge on that nigga. Like, don't get revenge on everybody. Like, they ain't them boys in that frat ain't do nothing. It's folks that live here.
Like, these are kids now to you. Like, they weren't even here.
Like, yeah, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Like, come on. That's why I was thinking.
Like, she was gonna burn that whole house down.
No, because you gotta gotta think about it. Like, folks live here and stuff. Like, boys
Yeah,
are live here. Like, college students are actually living in these
like
homes.
college age students, like girl, they
Yeah,
ain't had nothing to
like,
do with that.
yeah, just chill out and just go drive back home now. I thought it was funny during that whole little scene, like, because this one I started ass reading when she was at the house and all of both her daughters and the husband was like, I think mom is going all
Right?
vigilante and
When they
losing
was
her
finding
mind.
out, they was finding all that stuff on her computer. I was like, oh, now y'all see what it is.
Yeah, and I'm glad towards the end they started wrapping things up. She was able to kind of cover up her tracks because she didn't tell the
Yeah.
complete truth of like
No, she
everything.
didn't.
So
Probably for the best.
right. So the last question to close out, it says, "Would you take advice from Debbie? Who do you usually go to for advice?"
I mean, I'm not writing to no white woman for advice about
Oh yeah,
anything.
I'm
That's
not
just
doing
me
that
in
either.
general. But of course, my mama, my homegirls. Like it depends on advice about what. Cause like I take my own advice more than anybody's.
Yeah.
But if I need advice, like it depends on what it's about.
Yeah, it usually if I go to my mom, it'll usually be like, "Am I tripping? Do this sound right? Like,
Yeah,
were they being funny?" It'd be like stuff
yeah,
like that, or maybe I'm overthinking it or something. But if my
yeah.
mama
Or
says
if
you
it's
got
like
me
life
fucked up, you
stuff.
got me fucked up.
Yeah, yeah. Cause it's not a whole bunch, whole bunch. I'm gonna go to her, but it's usually something that like it's like life stuff that I haven't really experienced as an adult, and
hmm
because like my mom was my homegirl now,
Yeah,
like I need to know how you have experienced something like this, and then I might ask for her advice.
yeah. Because I know when I was going through trying to buy a home and trying to like talk about that process, I
Stuff
didn't
like that.
realize. Yeah, I didn't realize like how extensive it was. People go
Yeah,
on Instagram and they be like, these realtors, they be false advertising talking about you have this much money for a down payment and this credit score, we can get you in this house. No, it's not that fucking
at
simple.
all.
Like my mama and daddy when they purchased our house and whatnot, like they had to do a whole lot of shit before we could
Mm.
even move in here. So I wish like it'd be stuff like that I'd be asking my mama about. Like, what else? I remember I had to get my title transferred over to my car to get like a new Alabama
Mm.
tag when I had moved states. I didn't know
See,
how to
grown
do
up
shit
stuff
like
like
that.
that. That's the stuff
Yeah,
that I go to my mama for.
like adult stuff. Like I
Yeah,
ain't even
the
did.
real adulting.
Yeah, like I don't know like that stuff. It's like mom,
Right,
this is my
mom.
permanent address, mom.
Exactly that.
Yeah, it be stuff like that. As far as like personal, like I don't know. I just feel like everybody has their own experience. I just feel like the best lessons and advice you can get from anything is your personal life experiences
I
or
agree.
just things like that. If you've been through that, that's like the best. That's the best
Best
advice to
teacher.
me. Go through your own shit first, and then
Yep.
like
And then
like
a
me
bitch like me is
personally.
like, okay, what trends is what's happening to me the last time something like this happened? Like, let me go back and study my own history. And
Yeah,
that usually is like what starts me off to the road to understanding.
yeah. And I know I started about like back in August, I started teaching myself how to day trade. And I know people be
Nice.
in these discords and these what is them other things called? They be joining these memberships and things
Mm-hmm.
to learn stuff or try to get these like plays or see what is the pick for the week. No. Like
Yeah.
and somebody told me or like one of my old classmates told me early on, like don't waste your money getting in all that stuff. Learn your own way how to do this shit and you
Yep.
will be just as successful. Like so I guess the best way to just learn anything in life is just to go through the shit yourself or do the shit yourself. Like you're your own best therapist. Not really your own best therapist. I ain't gonna say that.
But your best teacher, like your own
Yes.
experience is your best teacher.
Yes. Now, my homegirl, like even like with people even coming to act like with situations, look, I ain't finna give you no direct advice. But if you want my
No.
advice,
Right. I'm
you
never
need to
gonna do that. I'm gonna
say
tell you what
that.
I would do.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you that if you need to, because first things I'm asking is you need to vent, get this off your chest, or do you want my direct
Actual
opinion?
advice.
Yeah,
I've been like that since high school because I'm just like I'm not the one to sit here and just be dumping on because like either you
yeah,
want my advice or not. If you don't want my advice, you probably don't want to tell me about it because I'm gonna tell you something that like I'm gonna offer some form of advice even if it's in the form of like what I would do in this situation. But if you're going to vent to me and dump on top of me, you're going to get some type of feedback. And I need to know if you want that feedback before we start this conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as far as Debbie, no, because her, even though she was whiting it out and crossing it out in the drafts and whatnot,
yeah,
like, I'm not gonna kill nobody. I'm not gonna
yeah, no.
nobody. I'm not gonna point. She had
even her real advice. Like I just don't see myself writing to anybody in some generic column and asking them anything about my life. Like, no.
Is 7.1 still on the radio? You remember when them girls used to call Keith Sweat after hours?
Yes.
And you'd be like, wait, what? Are you that bored? What the fuck?
It's like, absolutely not.
Like, nah, like, I'm not doing no shit like that. So to end our discussion, we're going to be recapping a lot of Freida McFadden books this season because a lot of adaptations are coming. All right, what's the next book that you are most excited to read by Freida?
I think The Surrogate Mother.
Okay.
Like, I read the back of that one. I kind of like started. I read like the first couple of pages of it, and I'm like, okay, I'm invested.
Okay. Well, I need to look back and see which ones it is that we read.
I know we have. I think we have The Tenant this season too.
Yeah, The Tenant. I was gonna say probably. I think I'm more so ready for The Tenant.
That gives me like Misery vibes, kind of, and I'm looking forward to that one too.
No, I mean, I think I'm looking forward to both The Tenant and The Surrogate because The Surrogate gives like, oh, it's my baby. You know how supposed to be stealing babies. Like, that's what it is.
But and then that plus, with Freida, it's going to be some type of crazy flip going on in there. So I'm excited to see how she flips this because I feel like our mind immediately goes to that surrogate is not going to want to give me my baby. Like, she's going to want to keep it. But, I don't know how she's going to flip that, but I'm looking forward to seeing how she flips it. So that wraps up this week's episode of the Booked and Busy podcast. Thanks, you guys, and we look forward to seeing you next episode. Bye.